What up?
Was had it.
Okay, let me see.
Y'all ain't gonna introduce y'all kid.
With conquering relationships. I don't see the live. It's on your personal page, Brandy.
No, it's saying, hold on. It's telling me I gotta remove Instagram since I'm not going live on Instagram.
So we ain't live right now.
It say I am live. I am.
Oh,
Personal page. My bad. My bad. Personal page. My bad.
Okay, yeah, you do show. Okay.
My bad.
We are.
You talking, brother?
We are.
You talking?
yep. I'm talking.
So what y'all been up to?
Thank you too.
Tired as hell.
Tired as hell
Tired as hell.
or happy as heaven?
Hello. Hello. I'm not sure who is watching. Give us a minute. We ain't been live in so long, but y'all know how we do when we get live. Ask y'all questions, share the live. Y'all already know we talk about relationships, personal growth, anything with mental health. Yeah. So we're gonna have one video clip we're gonna tackle on today, and then I got a couple of more topics that I want to put on the screen. I don't know who's watching, so y'all gonna have to comment, say what's up. You ready, Terry?
Yeah. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, for those who know me and follow me, those who don't, I am Brandy Yates. I'm your favorite life coach. If I'm not already, keep following me. Trust me, I will be. I'm a life coach, a mindset coach. Y'all already know I'm an accountability coach. So it get pretty heated because although I hold everybody accountable, it tends to seem like I hold more women accountable with my messages. But I got two of my favorite people on the podcast with me on the panel. We ain't gonna call it a podcast. And then I got another guest. I said two of my favorite people.
Okay.
And then we got a third one. So I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself.
So y'all know who I am. I'm Pierre Cochran, your favorite real estate agent, mindset coach / a whole bunch of other things. But those are my things. And this is my little brother, Lil Shine. He tapping in with us tonight, giving his perspective. Y'all make sure to show him some love. He said he just a little bit nervous. He never did. He don't like the internet like that.
I mean, he ain't had to say that, but I mean, now y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But
Mickens, your favorite line guy, Mr. Controversy sometimes. Not too much. So I'm in a growth season right now, so I try to keep it a little bit low key. But I'm ready to get it going. I got a few things I definitely want to talk about, so let's get it cracking.
Okay, so Terry, let me put this on the screen. We're gonna tackle the video that you sent me. So let me see if I can play it, and then we're gonna get y'all thoughts.
He's not your type. When it comes to types, okay, because we talked about this the last time, it's a pattern when it comes to your type, patterns and characteristics, okay? These are things that you have seen or that you have explored before. You probably seen mama, auntie, friends, somebody who had a specific type, or somebody in the neighborhood and you was like, oh, that's a bad boy, that's a dope boy, that's something like that. I like that because of the thrill. In certain spaces in your life, you cannot bring that type with you. So if you see that all other characteristics and behaviors are good, why does the type even matter? You can learn to love this person in other spaces outside of what you see as far as physicalities. If you're talking about a type because maybe your type has a certain type of demeanor, or maybe your type looks a certain type of way, what is going to matter when you start facing conflict? The way they look? When you start going through communication barriers, the way they look? All of that's not going to matter. I can guarantee you the majority of people who have probably married or entered into healthy relationships, they weren't worried about a type. When they got to a certain space, they were worried about what it is that you can actually bring into my life. And as far as your looks and stuff, that just doesn't matter. How much money? Yeah, of course. But if we looking at types who say, oh, he a dreadhead, oh, he's 6 foot something, and everything else. Derek Jackson is 6 foot something. That was cheating on his wife the whole time.
Oh no.
And we hate to name drop here.
Oh, was I not supposed to name drop?
No, you good. You good.
I'm sorry.
That's my girl, Kitty Rose. That's my favorite life coach. That's one of them. Terry, I'm gonna let you tackle that since you was the one that introduced
I actually
that.
want one of y'all to go first because I kind of spoke on this a little bit the other day. So I want to hear one of y'all perspective first, then I'll definitely get it going.
Pierre, you want to go? You or your brother?
I mean, what she said is 100% true. I mean, we looking at a world. Y'all heard me?
You guys,
It's going in and out.
My bad.
it's cool.
We were doing a lot. So, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You know, we live in this world in a constant, perpetual state of delusion. We delude ourselves to what our type is and what we want a person to be and how we want this person to conduct themselves and go through life and handle us and all this stuff. And like she said, focus on what, you know, none of that stuff is going to really matter when we are in arguments, when we fighting. You know, the fact that we don't really know each other, you know, or the fact that you infatuated with me because of my looks and you don't have no depth or substance to go off of. You know, it's surface level, it's shallow, it's material, you know, and people don't want to go deep. You know, you get people who are attracted to each other, you know, simply because a person looks good or they are my type. And that's ridiculous. You're going to cut out half of the world, half of the potential, the people that God bring into your life simply because they don't fit the aesthetic, the physical. You know, physical means a lot. It gets you through the door. You know, when you look good, you thank God for it. But you got a lot of good-looking people who are trash on the inside. You know, and I think we have to get better about developing our discernment as we navigate through relationships, honestly.
Boom. That's all I need. I can get in there. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, get on in there.
You gotta speak up.
All right. Well, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna piggyback on bro. Like I feel like that what she said for real. I mean, I get what he's saying. I mean, I agree with him too, though. But like, I just got a different perspective too. But I feel like what she was saying, like when she was saying, like, oh, just because he looked good, he got dread head, this and that, we got money or whatever like that. I feel like that people do go for shit like that, but that ain't the reason why they supposed to get married. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that when you get married, like you actually dealing with a person on that kind of level like that, like it do supposed to get deeper, but it don't for people, not in this generation. You feel me? I feel like that they get married for just that. You feel me? Just the simple fact of like.
Some people get married to say they're married.
Some people get married for that too, but I feel like some people get married just for attraction. And attraction. I actually just recently had a conversation with somebody about that. Like attraction is only attracting you to be able to get to know me. But if you never really get down and dirty like that with that person, you got to really get to know that person for real. If you don't never get down and dirty to know, attraction is just something that made me notice you, to speak to you, to talk to you. But what is we finna talk about and what do we relate about and our common sense about the shit, or our what is it? What the things that we relate about, you know what I'm saying? Like
common goals and ambitions.
That never get talked about, you know, once you fucking we
and it needs to be talked about early on.
Yeah. When you fucking and you having a good time and it's puppy love and it's all this bullshit or whatever like that, that shit never get talked about until, you know, the problems come. That's why the problems come and y'all can't solve it.
And that's why I believe you got to see people in all their seasons. I got to see you when you got money. I got to see you when you broke. I got to see you when you happy. I got to see you when you sad. See you when you excited. And you can't just do that in a few months or even in a year. It requires patience. And honestly, we supposed to grow as individuals together. You know, yes, you become one. But if I grow and make sure that my personal journey is taking me down a path of personal development and growth, and you are personally, making it your responsibility, taking accountability for yourself, and you growing personally, whether it's mentally, spiritually, whatever it is that this work that needs to be done, we'll grow together and eventually intertwine with one another. But when you try to change people or expect people to make you happy or expect people to make your life better or, expect people or try to ride this wave just because they look good, or I eventually like them, or I eventually, learn to love these qualities about them. It's about a balance of emotion and logic. Stoicism. You got to be stoic about your relationships.
Yeah, Terry, your screen keep popping in and out. If it clicks out, you already know what to do. Try to, hop back on with that link. So my little 2 cents on that. I think when we talk about type, I think we not touching characteristics enough. I feel like when we talk about type, we are looking at the outer person. And I'm just, those that follow me, y'all already know how I am, baby. I'm not dating nobody ugly. You gonna have to look like something to me. So I think, hold on, I'm not dating nobody ugly. If you're ugly, you ain't got a chance. And it's kind of like what Pierre said. That's to get you in the door. You gotta look something to me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be some type of interest. I gotta, like I like to say, you gotta look like somebody I want to have sex with. If you ugly, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like sex is a big part for me. So if I don't feel like I can have sex,
you changed my mind with that though. At first I didn't agree with you, but you changed my mind. I'm my bad for interrupting you. But
if I don't feel like I can have sex with you, the intimacy, because I'm not attracted to you, we ain't got nothing going.
Yeah.
You could be a great guy. And this is what I always say. You can be a great guy. You can be a great girl for somebody else. Just because I think we got to stop forcing people to like us. We got to stop forcing people to be good.
Right.
You could be a great man. Hallelujah. Praise God, whatever. Yeah. But you may not be the man for me. So I don't like when people try to convince somebody else, like, well, why don't you try such and such? They could be great. You probably can for somebody that's attracted to you.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta to get the foot in the door. I gotta think you some type of fine. To my standards, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't about nobody. What if nobody else think you cute or not? It's me. Okay, you fine. All right, let's see what you talking about. Once I'm in the door, then I start seeing your mental state. Then I start seeing your emotional state, and I start seeing if you got goals and where we at on that standpoint.
Go for it.
Can I say something too? All right, so look, you fucked me up with that though, bro. Cause you a woman. See, man's supposed to say that, but women supposed to act like they don't. Oh no,
I'm not an actor. I'm not an actor. I'm different. I'm different from most. I'm not an actor. I'm really direct. I don't like to waste my time. I'm straightforward. Like that's just my personality. So I don't get it.
Spark my attention with that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying on that level, but yeah. But I honestly though, like women act like they pray for a good man. God, please send me a good man that's gonna do this, that's gonna do this, and they leave out the part that you just said. Because they'll see that great man that they praying for, and he come in a different form, not looking nothing like what they actually, look for. But they need to put that in their prayers, like you just did. You know what I'm saying?
So what's crazy is as a woman, we talk, right? And this is why I'm straightforward with what I'm straightforward with. Women will settle for men for those characteristics, and then be miserable on the other end. And they in a group chat, they in a group chat, they talking to everybody else about it. And I'm like, okay, if it's that bad for you to the point where they like, man, I'm about to go get it from somebody else that's good. Why would you put yourself in a position to want to cheat on a man if he's not fulfilling every area, sexual, emotional, mental, spiritual? Why would you settle for that? Then it's to the point where people don't like to teach people, right? I'm all about, hey, I'm going to help you help me. So if you ain't got something going, these are conversations we need to be having when we meet people anyway. Sex needs to be talked about on the table as far as your likes, what's the limit, what's not the limit, boundaries, all of that. That needs to be talked about so we can see if we sexually compatible.
Yeah.
That's a big part of what you say.
Compatible to everything.
Nah, Germany, we ain't announcing. It's just impromptu. Y'all She said she ain't know what's going live.
So, well, never mind. I'm gonna say what I was gonna say at first. I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
ask you,
Terry.
it's got to be difficult sometimes. But I wanted to talk about this because, like I said a few days ago, I was watching a few of those full episodes of the 20 versus ones, and like I was literally embarrassed from the men and the women in those 20 versus ones. Somebody said it was like scripted and stuff like that. But if I was her, I mean I know I used to be messy and shit like that, but this definitely ain't that no more. So that type of stuff I wouldn't even want that on my platform. Like these people are like airheads, like for real. They are literally like they hear the type of stuff that these people do. They hear the career paths. Like it's some nice looking people and the men and women. I'm popping your balloon. You too tall, or you not tall enough, or you not light skinned. I like dark skinned. Like what type of shit is that? And I feel like that's what's going on in the dating pool now. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like a has to have a certain type of look just to get in the door. But like what are you willing to sacrifice if you don't ever find that? Like if you find, like he said, if you find a guy that may not be that 8 or 9 you looking for, or 6 or 7 you looking for, y'all may be compatible, like scholastically, he might be a life coach like you. He may be your dream man, but he doesn't look like the man that you always dreamed of. You know what they say, you only ugly until you got money. So will you be willing to sacrifice those physical attributes for a great man?
Hey Terry, let me say, Terry, I ain't gonna lie. You can I never even met you before this shit right now. You know, I still ain't met you. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time ever even talking to you, but you still believe in like old school love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still believe in some real love, you know what I'm saying? Like where it's really from. I can already tell that. But like it's a new generation too, though. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't telling you to adjust to that too, though. Like it's still some people out there that believe in shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them for real. But like she just spoke on it, like you gotta be attractive, this and that. Like, and I'm not Brandy, don't, you know what I'm saying? But like it's a lot of people that don't see through what they need to see through to see what they need to see. They can't look past the fact that you don't got no money, but you're a good person. I could put you in a position to do this, or you not fine, but you do got money and you don't got this going on, whatever like that. They not. It's what you talking about is like true love. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's really trying to get to know somebody for like for who they is and combine like connect with them on a level where nothing in the world is. You know what I'm saying? But it's a new world now that we live in too, though, bro. Where it need you before you get that connection, you have to have another connection. You got to connect in another way because of this new world.
Hopefully, I don't know if y'all see Cozy question. He said, "Why don't we talk about it?" I wonder what's the reason. So I just asked him to hop on. So hopefully he come on. So
why don't we talk about
it? I want you to answer. Can you answer that question I just asked Brandy?
Which one?
You said what?
I said if a guy, like say your standard is an 8 or 9, but you get a guy that's a 6 or a 7, but he matches up to everything you've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like career wise, y'all very like minded, and y'all definitely you can see the potential growth. And you know what they say, a person is only ugly until they have money. So, like, would you be willing to make that work, or even let that person step through the door?
So I don't measure. Everybody got them scales. I don't like scales. Like people do a 1 to 10. If they are 6 or if they are 5 or a 6, would you do that versus an 8 or a 9? I don't measure it like that. Like if you find me, you fine. Whether you a 1, 2, or a 3. If you find to me, you fine. So that gets you in the door. And then I start to look at your mental. I start to look at your emotional state, your spiritual state. Do you come with drama? I'm not necessarily focused on you being. I'm a businesswoman. I'm not necessarily focused on if you being a businessman. You can work a 9 to 5. I'm cool with that. Can you, you know, what is your, when you mad, like, do you punch women when you're mad, like, or do you have the emotional intelligence? I look at stuff like that. I don't necessarily say like, okay, you fine, so I'm gonna put up with all your bullshit because you fine.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking if that man has all the characteristics like what you just named, but he's not necessarily.
No matter if he's fine or not, if he have all the things that you actually want in a man, if he have all of the things that you want in a man,
that's why
no
I
matter if
said
he's fine or not.
Right. So did y'all hear me when I said, that's why I said you could be a 1, 2, or a 3.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying if.
No, I answered your question. Yes, you could be a 1, 2, or 3 and have all of that. Yes, I would.
But
if you're a 1, 2, or 3, if you fine to me at a 1, 2, or 3, then you in the door because you're fine to me.
No. I'm saying a person that you typically would not let through the door if you found out this man had all the characteristics you're looking for.
No.
Then
Look, for me, it's attraction first. For me, it's attraction first. That's point blank the end with me. Correct. There has to be attraction. I'm not the type of woman. I feel like that's selling too bad. I'm not the type of woman to be like, well, you ugly, but let me see if you check all of these boxes. I'm not that type of woman.
I respect it.
Ugly to you, or not attracted to you, because the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And Terry, in a man's point of view, I see where you coming from, but I see where she coming from a woman.
I get where Terry coming from, because that's logical. That's understandable, especially in this.
But we wouldn't do it either, Terry.
Yeah, and then everybody, it's hard to find somebody anyway. But for me, as an emotional woman who wants to be loved, who wants to be touched, who wants intimacy, I have to be attracted to you. I can't fake that part on no level.
I ain't saying just like butt ugly Martian out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be
just not your type. You ain't your type. Would you go for somebody that's not your type? Completely out your nerdy, but he could be something adjusting to.
Is it an age on like canceling out types? So what if you 45, you still ain't found your type? Maybe it's time to change your type.
But y'all talking about looks though. I don't go off you're my type because of your look. Looks just
that's how you get in the
door. Yeah, I don't feel like there's ever a situation where you can settle wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? If you're settling, it feels like settling. It feels like a sacrifice.
Yeah.
I would say that the person who wants to be found needs to change their standards or their expectations, because maybe if you're chasing something that you can't obtain, sometimes it's the chase for people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes it's the getting something that's slightly beyond what you can have in your opinion. But if you keep going for the same girl over and over and over again, or the same guy, it's insanity. That is the definition of insanity.
Right.
You know, we want to put it on the chooser when really it should go on the choosee.
Like, right. Yeah. I like what how you say her name, Tabasha. I like what she said. It's basically what you was just getting into, Pierre. She said types change with life experience.
Boy, she smoked that. Shout out to her. That most definitely did that for me.
I definitely agree with that, because like me now, as I've been in my season of growth, like these past few years, I mean, you could be fine as hell, you can have this, you can have that, but I'm on a different journey right now, so it's just the littlest things that bothers me, and I instantly look at you like, no, I know for sure, like you're not the type of person that wants to learn. I can't teach you anything. You so stuck in your ways. So I'm not even going to entertain you if I'm attracted to you or not. And that's how I kind of been going these days. Like I kind of like to play like the friendship role first now. Yeah. Like let's conversation. Let's really get to know each other even before we talk about dating. Of course, I'm not gonna like y'all been saying. I'm not really gonna go for you if I'm not attracted to you. But that's really just the bare minimum, you know. But my type has definitely changed over these past years. Like I'm not with all of that toxic. We gotta get damn.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that too.
So Terry, I like how you said that looks is the bare minimum. It is. That's why I
Yeah.
said looks is not a deciding factor for me if I'm going to choose that you're the right person for me. That's not it. It just gets you in the door. That's the bare minimum. I feel like too many of us, especially as women, we are so wild at the damn bare minimum. Oh, he opened my door. He got to be the one. He opened your door. That's the fucking bare minimum. How are you so wild at somebody opening your door? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the looks are not the determining factor on if you are the one. It's way more, it's a bigger piece of the pie to that.
I feel like people don't even know the characteristics that they even need to look for in a man or a woman because they truly don't even know the type of person they are themselves. So when you say like when people accepting things like, oh, he opened the door for me, like that's literally like all they know. But like you said, is this man emotionally intelligent? Will this woman let you lead her, be submissive to you under whatever circumstance? If she chooses to be with you, is she going to allow you to lead her? And those are the type of things that I am looking for. Like it's just the small things. Like what do you believe in? It's just a lot of things, and people don't even look for those different characteristics because they have no idea on how to choose a partner because they don't even know who the hell they are. They base their characteristics and the things that they like and love based on what society tells them they need to like and love based on what's okay to the general population. But the general population ain't got shit to do with you and your household, your finances, your heart, and this and that. Like you need to sit down with yourself and figure out yourself. So many people ain't never even been alone for a month or 2 months. Like that's why you see these days so many men, even women, men thinking a woman can't go X amount of weeks without sex. Women thinking men can't go X amount of weeks without sex. It's been a little topic floating around on Facebook lately. How are people so okay with being alone? Like, damn, do you not like yourself? Do you not love yourself? Like, it's okay to be alone. We need to start being alone to figure out who the hell we are. Like, get out of that shit that we used to be into. Like, really start to understand yourself. And a lot of people don't do that. So, like I said, they don't know what the hell to look for. They just out here literally winging it. They still so hurt from 9-10 relationships ago. They still hurt from shit that happened in fucking high school. Like
as kids in elementary school.
Right. Yeah, like literally childhood trauma.
So Terry, I'm glad you said that. That's a good example about the being lonely. I actually had somebody that was so fine to me. It turned me completely off because every time I turned around, he was so lonely and bored, didn't know what to do with himself. I'm like, you ain't got no goals? Like, you ain't got no hobbies? You bored with yourself? Like, you don't like yourself? Complete turn-off. That was so fun to me. So and that's what I'm saying. Like, get you in, but that's never a big factor determinant, factor for me. I'm like, I don't want to be with a bored man because I like being by myself. I entertain myself. So I'm like, if you need me 24/7, we wouldn't work. We ain't gonna work well together.
I don't care how fine you are. If I find you boring, I don't want you. If you don't have no kind of connection with spirituality, I don't care if it's religious or non-religious. If you don't understand, God, I can't have those kind of conversations with you. I don't want to talk to you. If you don't have an imagination, I don't want to talk to you. If you can't see, if you don't know finances, I don't want to talk to you. It goes so much deeper than just looks.
If you don't know that it's bigger than you,
right?
If you don't know that it's bigger than you, because you're gonna get self, you're gonna be all about self. If you don't know there's always something bigger than you, you gotta have something to connect to.
Right.
Ooh, I want Cozy to tackle his question, but I love this, Tabasha. And y'all, she's a life coach as well. But Tabasha said being lonely is different than being alone with self. 2 different things. And we get so messed up. Yeah. Like, just because I'm by myself does not mean I'm lonely.
I'm not lonely at all. I'm cool. Like, man, I be by myself so much. I just be in the crib chilling. And it's crazy as I've got older, deeper that I get into my journey, man, I find it like I be texting people sometimes when I do have somebody to text, like especially not the conversation's just not really there. Like my phone will be shit right there, but I just don't even be texting back. Like shit, like, hey, oops, my bad. And Miss Cuz,
I
I'm
was
not
about
really
to comment on it now. I don't know, bro. Name. What's up? What's your name, bro?
Cozy.
What up, bro?
What's up, bro? I'm Lil Shine, bro.
What up with you? I know
I ain't,
everybody else.
We ain't doing introduction. We
yeah.
did that
I
already.
ain't
No.
want to keep on talking and I don't know the man, but
What
anyways,
say?
listen,
That's what's up.
I heard Brandy say she's not lonely. You know what I'm saying? She's alone. She don't have anybody, but she's not lonely. And then Terry, you said the same thing. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I don't know what kind of people y'all got on her, but I'm most definitely not alone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm in that kind of phase right now. But
you could not be want to be lonely as hell.
But the thing is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got people that I, you know, talk to and all that and do everything, like, all that type stuff with. But I do feel lonely though. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nobody to actually
So
connect on a certain type
there's
of level with. You feel me? Like the people that I fuck with, I don't necessarily connect with them. Like it be things that reels or little TikToks or something that I see that spark my attention,
Right.
and I couldn't even send it to them because we don't even agree with. We don't. That's on a whole nother level, and just because I'm fucking around or going on a date or taking them out to eat or whatever, anything like that, it don't mean that, you know, I got somebody. You know, I'm not saying that I don't or do or whatever like that, but it don't mean that you got somebody. Being alone means like that you really don't have the understanding for, like,
Well, I think
communicate with them on different levels. You can't. I can't communicate with anybody that I talk to on the level that I want to talk to them on. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me.
I don't play that. I don't like wasting my time or my energy. So like if I can't connect with you on certain levels, like I don't keep you in my space because I like why keep people around draining me and they pouring into me on any level.
Because let me answer your question on that before Terry. I don't want to cut you off because you on topic. But Brandy, to answer your question, there's never going to be somebody that actually fulfill every single thing, but they do fulfill some stuff. And I'm not saying like they fulfill the bare minimum. Some of them fulfill more than others. You know what I'm saying? But they fulfill some things inside of me, and I don't just throw them out of my life because they don't fulfill everything. You know what I'm saying? But deep inside my mind, I don't have that connection with them. You understand what I'm saying?
So
I understand what you're saying, but you don't sound like you connected with none of them. The way you just explained before,
I'm connected with them in certain ways. I'm connected with them in certain ways. Like some of them, I could talk about politics with, and it's actually. It's fun to talk to them about that because I can't talk to nobody else about it. But I'm gonna just use A, B, and C. I can talk to A about politics, and I love to talk. Every time I see something politics, I call this person, and it's something we relate to. We can link up, have food, dinner, lunch, or whatever like that, or coffee or some shit like that. We can talk about that, and it's a bond that we have. You feel me? And some we could talk about outer space. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe that the world is round or whatever like that? And then another one is probably just something that she may be lying, but she comforted me when I had a long, tough day that I can't tell nobody about because I'm a black ass man up in the United States of America, and it's hard when you come home. You feel me? When you got to be a robot. But they don't all. I don't have the connection. I don't have a spiritual connection with
the first problem you have is it sounds like you don't know what you're looking for, first of all. And I think that you are, like, as a man, first of all, I think that you are spreading yourself too thin. Like I was just saying, like you need to take the time out to be alone, to figure out what you actually like. Stop giving your energy to people that don't deserve your energy. If y'all not relating on these certain type of things, then y'all might not be meant to talk to each other. Stop trying to find this and A, this and B, this and C, this and D, and figure out what you like first. So now you have the strength and the patience to find everything you're looking for in one person, because one person may not be able to fulfill everything that you want and need, but one person definitely can fulfill a lot of things. Like y'all can grow together, y'all can grow as a whole. right before we got on this live, I saw a clip from how you say her name? I think it's Iyan. I think y'all know what.
Iyanna.
Say that again.
Iyanna, Vaughn, or something like that. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Her. So she was talking about this, and so what she said is if those type of people are steady coming into your life, you need to start looking at yourself first, look in the mirror first, because if you're vibrating at this level, you're vibrating down here, and people are coming down here. That's when people gonna come to you down there. If you start vibrating up here, the people down here, they're not gonna be able to reach you. So you gotta raise your own level so you can get higher minded people. You understand what I'm saying?
I know I fully understand 100% what you're saying, but my thing is this though, like, who's the last person you talked to before you got on this live and talked to any one of us?
Share a little text, buddy. Nothing major.
Okay. No. I ain't talking
Yeah.
about that. I'm talking about like literally who's the last person that you had actually said anything to, even if it was texting or speaking, or even if it was somebody that's in your house now or whatever like that, your kids or whatever. Who's the last person you said something to?
This guy
Before you got on the live, before you got on the live, who's the last person that you had any kind of communication with?
This guy who's a mentor to me right now.
Okay. And my thing is this though, like, bro, you still gonna have people in your life regardless, no matter
Right.
no matter like the limit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just made a valid point and said, like, look, you looking for this and this person, this and this person, this and this person, whatever like that. And I understand that. I probably do. You know what I'm saying? I probably need to look into that. You feel me? I appreciate you for even telling. But my thing is, no matter what, bro, you still gonna talk to your boss, even if that nigga a bitch. You still gonna talk to your uncle, even if you know this and that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever like that. But my thing is, bro, they give to me. I still receive. You know what I'm saying? I still receive it, whether I need it or not. Whether I actually need what they actually giving to me or not, I'm receiving. You know what I'm saying? But they not giving me. So listen. Rather, I'm not in a relationship at all. If I was in a relationship, I'd probably be cheating on all of them.
Relations.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're also friends too. I'm an honest person too. I tell them all the truth. They actually all know about each other too. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I don't do no lying. But my thing is, if I ever feel, which I do this multiple times. If I ever feel like I'm pouring in a cup and they ain't pouring in mine, then it's done.
That's good. That's a good thing to have right there. But let me ask you this: like, what are you looking for within these people that you're talking to? Like, what is the goal?
It's what it start off as is exactly what you just said. When you first meet a person, like you asked Brandy before, you was like, what if you meet a person that's not your type? It start off as getting to know them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, to get to know them. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily mean that you want to fuck with them or fuck them or anything like that. It means that you get to know a human, bro, a human being. You feel me?
But you can't keep giving your energy to all these humans because you want to get to know somebody. Like, at some point, you got to start cutting people off. Like, okay, like you don't.
That's where the conflict go in, because like what Brandy said, you attracted. And that's the reason why you even, first of all, I'm a male, I'm alpha. I'm alpha too, so I approach these people, you know what I'm saying? So, but once you approach them, you want to know what it is, where you want to label them as a friend. They may just be a friend. Even though they was attractive to you, they may just be a friend. They may be a life coach of yours. They may be a little sister or a big sister or anything. You never know. But you once you know yourself, and then you get to know them, then you know how to label them. And that's what
I feel like
I'm not saying I'm fucking all of them either. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I feel like in your situation, I feel like you need to have an end goal. Like, you just out here meeting people and talking to people. Like, no, what is the end goal? If you don't have an end goal, you just gonna be going.
So it's
you do need an end goal. You do need an end goal, but the end goal is you have to actually sit back and study that person. How long do that take though, bro? So you study a person, and then you put them in your life as who they supposed to be in your life. Like I said, it could be your sister, or your friend, best friend. You never know who it could be. Man, you just met. Man, you might be homies to the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? But this is the beginning of a relationship, though. You know what I'm saying? This could be a friendship. Man, you could actually be cool.
So I think you mixing them. I think he asked you, what is your goal? So my thing is, and I'm finna go to Cozy because I really want Cozy to answer that question he asked. So we're gonna go on and we're gonna tab it off of this. But I think the important thing is that Terry said is you got to figure out your goal with these people. Because right now, from the little bit that I'm hearing, it don't look like you have a goal. I don't think you really know what it is that you're looking for. I don't think you know if you want to be with one woman or multiple women. I don't think you know if you just want a friend. I don't think you really know what the objective is with these people.
I
don't need a bunch of men. I don't need to have a conversation with a bunch of men just because I'm bored. I have friends for that. If I'm dating you, I know my goal. I know what it is I'm looking for. If you're not meeting that, because let's not confuse. You're not going to meet a person who meets everything. We're not meant to meet everybody's needs. We're not. So you're not going to find a person that got 100% of everything. That's not how it's supposed to work. But I don't think you really know for sure what you're looking for, which is why you got your eggs in all these baskets. And you're bored and you're lonely, so you got somebody you can go and text when you're lonely. You don't want to push them off because then you're gonna be extra lonely because you ain't got nobody to text. So I think you just kind of in a space where you just gotta keep on that journey of finding yourself and standing on what it is that you want as a man in a relationship, whether that's poly or whether that's monogamous, because I don't really know what your direction is just from listening.
Yeah, I ain't really monogamous at all, for real. But I could be.
That's it. That's the answer right there. That's why. So you and Terry gonna talk outside of here. That's my answer right there. You want polygamy. That's why you where you at right now. Okay, good, cool, Cozy. Let's get to the question you asked. You said, if I remember right, you said, why do people have a hard time actually discussing sex? Right? Was that what you asked?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to explain that?
Yeah. Because I think it was a hypothetical that you asked, but I actually want you to tackle it.
Okay. With people, we got these set expectations, right? Of like just things in general, like how we use common sense, how we say things like you this age, you don't know this yet, or how we say things like you been everywhere but you ain't been here yet. We got this set way of life that we just internalize that nobody has ever made set in stone in reality.
We overgeneralize things.
Yeah, we super overgeneralize things. And I think with sex, it's the same, but we don't say it like that. But just place that in there. You 25 years old, you don't know how to eat no cat. You 30 years old, you don't know how to do this. You 30 years old, you don't know how to ride. Like, if we was to say that, it'll basically be the same thing. And I think that in general, it discourages people from having a conversation because it make us feel like it's an age thing. It's a how many relationships did you have thing. It's and it's also an ego blaster because performance in the bedroom is something that we make a big deal, even when we also have history that chemistry is the best way to build something. So we going against what we know, all based on ego. But at the same time, we don't be letting people know what they really are, and it kind of makes them continue. So we also helping the people who are not that good. We've been continuing based on having this. So
damn, you all right, bro?
So the energy been like, okay, girl after girl after girl after girl, and they'll just not let you eat it good or something right there, or not let you do it good, right? And then you get to one that care about you, and then she tell you what you've been doing. But whole time, people be passing it over based on either not crushing the ego or being egotistical. Like, I know I'm good. Or saying, I don't want to crush your ego. But why is we favoring each other based on that? And I think it's like, it's tapped into humility.
We don't have nothing else to go off of.
Yeah, we don't.
Because our entire generation and our entire culture and the generations, 3 generations before us, 4 generations before us, have been over sexualized.
Yep.
We make everything about sex, which is lust, which is here on earth, which is flesh. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we know.
And the reason we feel lonely and we try to fill those spaces with sex, the reason we feel empty or that we have these voids in us and we try to fill them with relationships is because we don't know ourselves as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I will say this to the end of end of my life. People who don't have nothing else going on, nothing better to talk about, they talk about generic things such as the news, sex, maybe sports only. You know, they're very limited on the kind of conversations that they can have because they can't see the world outside of what they know. You know, we get stuck in this place in life where we don't want to be exploratory people. We don't want to constantly seek knowledge. We don't want to expand out. Oh, I never heard of this, or I never seen that. Let me go, see what this is like over here. If we make sex something that's at the forefront of all of our connections, sex should be the last thing you should be talking about, unless that's what you own. And if that's what you own, make it known amongst all parties. You know what I'm saying? If you're just looking for sex, you just want to fulfill your, sexual desires, that's cool. No judgment here. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I'm on something different, well, we have to talk about that. Because again, I want to see you in all of your seasons. And if you ain't on the season situation, then that lets me know right now that ain't no need for us to get to know each other better. I don't care how good you look. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing is,
all we do is watch porn and watch sexual movies and masturbate, and that messes with our brains. That gives us a false sense of what sex is supposed to look like, what women are supposed to look like, how big our dick's supposed to be. Just all these different things. It's all, it's a program, that we stuck in, and we don't know how to find our way out because, like Terry said, we don't know how to be alone with self and put the phones down and put the laptop screen down. You know what I'm saying? We stuck in these cycles, and we're going to keep continuing to meet the same people over and over and over again in different forms until we identify who we are and what we want, and we stand on it. And your mind can change. God gave us free will because our mind can change. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Our types can change. Our expectations can change.
In the situations where it's serious, I feel all that. Matter of fact, let me validate all that. That was some real shit. In a situation where you got a serious relationship, right? The same void that exists when a woman won't tell you how she like it exists in your serious relationship, where that woman should be comfortable to tell you how she like it.
That's what I'm about to
Why isn't this removed even in a safe place?
Let me so my thing to that is you can't expect people to hold someone accountable sexually if they won't even hold themselves accountable for their everyday life decisions. So I believe like you said, people are so afraid to talk about the topic of sex. People are so afraid to say, hey, you're not doing this right. You're doing this good, but you can do it a little bit better. Or I like this way. People are never going to have that type of maturity if they can't even discuss the things that are bothering them within themselves. They don't want to do the shadow work in their everyday life, shadow work between them and their kids or them and their parents, them and their career paths or things like that. So there's no way in hell they're going to be able to speak on some type of sexual discipline or sexual accountability. And it's crazy because that's the thing that you like. It's pleasing you, so you should be able to tell people like, hey, I like this, I don't like this. But people are just out here fucking for fun. They don't know the true meaning of sex. They literally just, I heard, just fucking like jackrabbits.
I feel like it's what Tabasha said. She said the social expectations are garbage. If you look at what's going on now, people share so much porn stuff from Twitter. And then that's when everybody be like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, let me see if I could do it. You are doing what everybody else is doing, experimenting with so much stuff, and you don't even like that's not who you even is. You don't like it that way. You don't like to do it that way. You don't like to get done like that. Like you don't like it, but it's like I gotta keep up with the porn stars. I gotta keep up with. I saw it's a dude that I want, and I saw that he liked this. Okay, so I gotta do that, and I gotta perfect it because I want him. I like to say I told I think I told Cozy before, like the real pick-me's, the ones that call me a pick-me don't be the real pick-me's because y'all go against y'allself to get a man. Y'all go against y'allself to keep a man. Like you are the real pick-me's because you're doing things for him and you're not doing it for you. Women don't talk about it a lot because they don't even know themselves. They don't even know what they like. I like whatever he like. And then we in them group chats and we talking about this don't feel good and that don't feel well. Why you ain't tell him? You're busy trying to
We're dealing with it.
That's what's up. Hey.
And you don't even know what it is that you like, and you can't even communicate it, but you go right to them group chats and diss him, about it. So it's like,
right.
Oh,
I ain't never been this, but you right.
To talk about sex. And that's why I said at the beginning, for me, I'm straightforward. I talk about whatever I need to talk about. Ain't no limits with me. If I don't like something sexually, I'm going to admit it. I'm going to tell you. I know myself. I know my body. I know my needs. I know what I like. I know what I want. I will coach you on that if you don't know how to do it. Because everybody has had somebody different. Just because your last girl liked it that way, that don't feel good. I don't like that. And I don't mind voicing it. It's like we make it taboo. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell nobody that you don't like the sex. Just take it. Just take it and hope that they learn it.
Yeah, and I think another thing Kobe said, like people like protecting people's egos. But once you get that sexual maturity or just be comfortable within yourself, it don't matter what nobody tell you. Like if they tell you they don't like something or you didn't do this right or wasn't this time, you should be able to take that as a grain of salt. I mean, just take that and you'll be better the next time. I mean, there's been times where you can have great sex with one person and have terrible sex with another person. Maybe y'all only have sex one time. That doesn't mean that you're bad at having sex, or you shouldn't take that and like let that fuck up your ego or something like that. Like the best people that you have sex with is people that you have repetition with. A lot of times the first time is not gonna be the best time. Or the second time, a lot of time the first or the second times may be the first time. Huh?
I say it's hella random that the first time gonna be like, but it do be like that. But the thing is, like when you bigger than 6, when it's more than lust, it's like a mental thing, especially at our age. Everybody over here 30 plus type shit. So like when you like 30 plus, it's a mental thing. So like it's sex. If you just meet a person and you fuck them the first day, of course it's not gonna be like that because you gotta learn that person. Like Brandy just said, she know her body. You gotta learn her body now. You know what I'm saying? You just was with somebody that like to fuck fast. Brandy might like to fuck slow, or Susan might like to fuck freaky. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn her body, learn her strokes, learn all that shit. So that's why I don't think that at our age, to be honest with you, we should have been done with that sex on the first night and all that shit. I believe like you gotta really be in tune with the person. Like she said, she gonna coach you through it. But and then what you said, you gotta be comfortable with your sexuality to have your partner coach you through what you lacking in. You know what I'm saying?
For them.
It go back to what Pierre said though. Like we're overly sexualized though. That's why nobody's really talking about it. Because I'm just here to get a nut. I don't care if you liked it. I don't care if you didn't like it. I don't care what's your strength and weaknesses. I got what I came to get, and I'm gone. I don't need to talk to you about it. I don't care if you get better. And that's because everybody just fucking everybody. Not everybody. I ain't fucking everybody. But I'm just saying, everybody just fucking everybody. Like we're overly sexualized. Like we got so much trauma and hurt and loneliness in us, and we trying to get that out through sex.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of women all the time say they've never had an orgasm, or they can't squirt and do these different types of things. But like one of the problems be like you're not even correct in your mental. Like mental sex is more mental than physical, I believe. And you just be out here fucking and you got all these bills on your mind. You got these kids running around the crib messing up the crib on your mind. You got the little checks you getting at work on your mind. Your body, your mind is not even gonna allow you to have those type of things. Like when you having sex, like you really have to be in the bliss. Like you really have to have that build up of intimacy to achieve those types of level of pleasures in sex. And you're dealing with a man that don't even give a fuck to even let you know that or even know that. You're dealing with a man who's only in you because he only wants a nut. You're not dealing with a man that's a true pleaser that really wants to even learn your body.
You know some boy. You know some boy.
So with what you just said, Terry,
boy.
So Terry, with what you just said, that's why I'm an advocate and I'm always be an advocate. Women cannot do what men do.
Exactly.
A lot, sex is a lot of emotional and mental for us. I don't care what society is trying to tell you. Women are not meant to just fuck around and sleep around with everybody that they like. You're not meant to sleep around like that. We're not built like that. And that's why we got all these people we sleeping with, and we like, oh, he don't know how to do this. He don't know how to do that. I ain't fulfilled. He whack. Okay, you ain't even supposed to be experiencing all of these men. I'm supposed to be a man and be a woman. We being so in competition with y'all so bad to where we losing ourselves as women. And that's why we don't know our bodies as women.
Hey, Brandy, Terry, I know you finna comment. I ain't finna comment. I want you to go ahead and do your thing. Brandy, girl, you're gonna lose a whole lot of women fans by keeping it a book like that.
I'm 5 years in. I'm good.
Bitches do not want to hear that shit. Bitches
I know
do
what's
not
up
want.
5 years in.
Sorry, women do not want to hear that shit. I'm telling you. Young ladies do not want to hear that shit, but that's the truth, bro. Real shit. They doing so much. Girl, it ain't gonna never be a nigga that fulfill your ass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They doing too much out here.
Look,
boy, they got ghetto on us. All right, y'all. How long we been on here? Look. So do y'all wanna tackle one more topic? We gonna veer off from there. Y'all want to tackle one more topic, or do y'all want to close it out and we can talk about another day?
You keep going.
I ain't gonna
You keep going.
Okay, so do anybody got some? If not, I got two. We gonna do one of them though. I'm gonna just pick one. Any, meeny, miny, mo.
Give us what you got.
What'd you say, Pierre?
I said, give us what you got, but Cozy said something.
What'd you say, Cozy?
I said, I'm in this now.
Right. You can finally say something, Cozy.
I'm finna nah, you go ahead. What's the two you got?
Before I go to I'm gonna just do one out of the two. Before I go to that one, I just want to shout out to Vasha.
She going in.
Another life coach. I just want to say what she said because I already know, but I like when y'all address
talking to grown women.
I like when y'all adjust my crown. She said I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose the women because look, I ain't talking to bitches. I'm talking to grown women.
Yeah.
First of all, I was just aware of. I just said, "What's your name?" Whatever like that, and we conversated. I didn't know who he was, whatever like that.
Who Cozy?
Cozy. He just told me who you was. Boy, your girl was you a Virgo. Gang. Boy, your girl was bragging about your ass the whole damn time, boy.
Damn.
Oh, she like, we was having different conversations. She like, and that's how my man is. And hey, bro, salute.
He understand. He'll change.
First of all, I'm a Virgo too, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, look, I had to let her know that she was lucky.
So look, let me tap on into this next one. And then we gonna go.
You know where she told me. You know where the remote control is when you out of town. Of course, duh. Everything where it needs to be.
We organize.
Yes, man, for real. Hey, bro. Hey, I couldn't put a face with who you was, bro. But she couldn't. She on some real shit. She was there, Brandy. You was there. It was for his when we went to his play or whatever. We all man, bro. Hey, bro, you doing good for us, bro. You doing good for the Virgos. They tell you. All right.
All right, Brandon, what's your
Okay,
topic?
question, and I'm probably not gonna talk. I'm gonna let y'all go on and close this one out. But the question is, how do you deal with someone who has never had a parent show them how to love a partner? And I asked this question because somebody sent me a video earlier of Charleston White. He be hitting and missing. He cool. He all right. I ain't really a big fan, but I do like some of the stuff he be saying. And on this clip, I kind of didn't agree with him because he was saying that you'll never know how to love somebody if you didn't have a mama and daddy in the house showing you. And I halfway agree with that. But let's be real. Most of us don't have two-parent households, right? So at some point, that can't be an excuse. It's so much information out here. It's so many videos. It's so many books. It's so much out here where you actually still can learn to be a great, wonderful partner without having two parents in the household. That's my 2 cents on it, but I want y'all to go ahead and tackle. Cozy, I want to hear from Cozy first on that one. So how do you deal with someone who never had a parent show them how to love a partner?
I mean, we got to look at life as life and not one box. Your parental love that you experience by seeing it indirectly is just one of your greater influences of love and your greater examples of love. But love itself is its own entity. Like, if your parents died, it won't stop you from being able to love. If you never met your parents before, it won't cripple you from being able to access love. Love has to be accessed through goodness. And goodness is things like compassion, integrity, sacrifice, things that's deeper in love. Love is like the Captain Planet of goodness. You put all these things together and then they get love. That's why we take a long time to say I love you to somebody, because we've experienced, oh, I felt compassion from you. Oh, now I trust you. Oh, now I feel safe with you. Them Captain Planet rings have now accessed love, and now we get love. But your parents are just possibly your greatest direct influence of love. But love is wherever love is, wherever it exists. So I had uncles in relationships with wives. So I knew I want a wife. I had strangers that I saw walk past, and I experienced the joy indirectly because they were laughing, they were matching clothes. I felt the love vibrating over to me. I done had people reach out to me who I don't know, and I'm like, damn, they extending their heart to me because of who they feel like I am. So you don't need your parents to be set in stone to be the reason why you become a loving person or experience love. It just helps to be direct. Most people, they don't nourish themselves, like I said, in the Captain Planet way, to even be receptive of love. A lot of people don't know that they had opportunity to be in love, but they wasn't ready, because people come to you with love. But you have to be receptive. It's the same thing as any type of information. Love is the same way. If I come to you and I keep being caring, eventually, if you're not receptive to it, I'm going to stop, or I'm going to bring it down a level where I used to risk it all, and now I'm like, hey, I probably ain't got to answer the phone all the time. But a lot of people will be like, ain't nobody ready to love me because they've been having blockage. So we should talk more about the blockages that we see
in love,
trying to receive some love, because love is out here, period. It's loving people, it's capable people to love. So it's
people that kill themselves thinking that nobody love them, but it's really people that love them.
It's people who ready. It's people who are ready. But what we do is we got patterns that we follow, and guess what? Most of them motherfuckers come from your parents. So
I want
to, while we talking like the parents will give you the blueprint, a lot of the bad things with love can also come from parents. That's why it's not parental based. That is a direct influence, which could be your greatest influence, but it is not the influence of love in general. And I'm gonna keep it short like this. So everybody else.
Look, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing else.
You gonna go? Or let me...
I just muted you.
For me?
Look, I said I wasn't gonna say that. That boy back at you.
Damn.
But I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I like that you said that, Cozy. I gotta point it out, especially being a life coach. A lot of people, we talk about, you know, the love and the parents, the two-parent homes and all of that. A lot of us as adults, we're dealing with childhood trauma. So you can say, oh, you need two parents to know how to love, but a lot of times, whether it's two parents or one, the person that you are as an adult, you done carried over that trauma for your childhood. So now you got to unlearn and relearn some stuff to even be able to love yourself first and then love somebody else. But Terry, did you want to go first? Then I'm gonna let Pierre.
Hey, dang, I forgot what I was. Hold on. So to your question was kind of completely different from where y'all just went to. Well, in a sense, it still made sense. I definitely agree with everything y'all both said. But let me read this question again. How do you deal with someone who never had a parent show them how to love a person? So so I've always said, like dealing with somebody that was raised in the single parent household, specifically by a single mother, like as a man, it's always pretty difficult because it kind of feels like you're playing from behind because a lot of times in society, the single mother is teaching the women to that they don't need a man. So they come into things with that independent mindset, and it's really really tough to deal with, especially if you have been risen in a two-parent household and you've always seen love. Like it's always going to be friction. So to your point, how do you deal with that? um Me personally, I wouldn't deal with that anymore. I don't want to show someone how to love me in a sense of like all you know is independent. I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy for that. I have to protect my peace. I don't even want to be your friend, to be honest. I don't know, maybe I don't know. But I feel like that person really, like Cozy said, that person really needs a village. Because you can get love indirectly, you can get lessons indirectly. But some people don't even have a village. Their village is telling them that, hey, you good by yourself, you good by yourself, you good by yourself. And when a person is constantly hearing that type of shit, it's very, very difficult to get out of that matrix. In reality, it goes back to the first conversation that we had. You have to start holding yourself accountable. You have to look in the mirror. You have to take time to be alone so you can pull yourself out of that darkness that you have been placed in by your childhood traumas, even your traumas growing up. A lot of people deal with childhood traumas, but a lot of people deal with traumas of relationships that they had early in their teenage days or early in their early adult stages. So yeah, I just think that's a self love and self thing that you have to deal with. I don't think a person can really teach a person how to love them if they have not been shown. Well, it just depends on what it is, like the level of love. If they have,
I 100% agree. It's not about how you love a partner, whether they had parents or not. It all comes down to self-love, and sometimes self-love looks like uh, neglect or not wanting to be bothered or for me, it's appreciating my solitude. Like I enjoy being by myself. Because I've worked so hard to get where I am, I don't experience loneliness. I don't experience boredom. I can understand how other people could feel lonely or bored, but I feel like I have so much in my in my fortress to keep me entertained, to keep me happy. I got people I can talk to. People I have loved ones. And I'm safe and sound in my bubble. And when I come out and I want to interact with people, I can be a light. I can be a joy. I can smile. I can be excited. I can be happy. Why? Because I'm never pouring from an empty cup again. I told myself that a couple of years ago, my cup is never going to be empty. Everybody gets the overflow. you know, and I can't, and sometimes something I wanted to say, and I forgot what triggered me to say this, but we have a bad habit as people of lowering our standards, literally moment by moment. Somebody could say something to us and we will adjust literally who we are, knowing that it's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? But we will adjust literally who we are in order to appease the next person, and that's dangerous. Like, again, it's inauthentic. You know, you want to be loved so bad that you're willing to sacrifice your integrity or your self-respect. You want to be loved so bad that you're willing to put aside your self-esteem, or you're willing to hang on every word that this person says to you. To me, that's a big sign of just a lack of more than just emotional intelligence.
It's a lack of self.
You know, like Terry said, Terry mentioned the ego a few times. Well, the ego is based in reality, based in this natural world. And another problem, we don't have enough people who prioritize themselves. I was just talking to somebody, ain't been single a month in between their relationship. To me, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
To me, that's nuts. Like, you can't be single. You really so tortured along with yourself, and then you'll say, "Oh, I ain't tortured with myself." I ain't saying that. You are. If you really look at it, the fact that you can't even sit in your skin or sit in your problems or sit in your issues or sit in your trauma and work through them, you know, however you do it, whether you're doing it with science, maybe you're getting some therapy, or whether you're doing it with some form of maybe you read the Bible, maybe whatever you're doing, are you doing that work, or are you trying to fix everybody else and have them acclimate to how you want them to be in order to make them fit into your life the way you want them to fit into your life? It's too much work.
Brandon,
Yeah.
So let me talk too.
She said no.
I'm weak.
Let me get my input on this though. On this question.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. You have the floor.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that Brandy, you ain't spoke yet, but Terry and bro, he ended up and Pierre, they all kind of said like it's all on yourself. You feel me? After this question right here, like, but I do feel like it play a part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to comment on the fact that it do play a part, because like if you never been taught to love, you never know who they was guided by. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, where we from, I'm gonna speak on where we from. A lot of these dudes, man, they angled it like gangsters or gangster rap or rapping or whatever like that, and that ain't love. You know what I'm saying? That's torture. You know what I'm saying? We dog bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like bitches. I'm saying bitches, but not women. But we dogging them though. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like if you never really had that, and to answer this person question right here, if you never really had that, man, you how you gonna connect to them is like you gotta connect in a deeper way, like spiritual or through religion or something like that. You gotta show them through a book or through a certain type of way, a strategic way to show them love, because how you think that you finna talk to a grown ass pit bull? How you think you finna walk up and pet a grown ass pit bull? They already molded in all of that by the time that we grown enough to love. You feel me? We already molded. You feel me? So I feel like that you gotta connect with them. If to answer this question, you gotta connect with them, and you gotta find a way. If you really love them, you know what I'm saying, and they ain't never saw love before, you gotta really find a way to connect with them and show them something different. You know what I'm saying? Show them a different path, because it's hard to tell a Christian. It's hard to tell a Christian that Jesus Christ ain't the way, and it's hard to tell a Muslim that Allah is not the way when they've been taught that their whole life. You know what I'm saying? These people been taught this shit their whole life. My bad for cussing on y'all platform.
I mean, you haven't stopped, so
my bad. But my thing is, it's hard to tell me that this cup ain't red. I've been taught that my whole life. You feel me? So you gotta show, you gotta get inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Love, and that's where love counts. That's where love counts. If you really truly love me, and you can change my perception and let me see something better than what I've been seeing my whole life, man, that's where it's at. You feel me? That's where it's at. Now, I believe a man or a woman, whoever this person that said this, whoever, if they a man trying to convince a woman, and if they're a woman trying to convince a man, I believe that you got to get deeper into them. You got to, if you really love them, you got to really get deep into them, man. And you see something inside them, because we are born with a purpose. We are born with a purpose. If you see their purpose inside them, enlighten it. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. Don't give up on it.
But so real quick, so okay, I feel it. I see you, Pierre. But check it out real quick. So,
hold on, Terry, because I think Pierre was going to slide right in after to what he was saying, and then I want you to go ahead and go, Terry. My bad.
Yeah. So Bree or Dacia, she asked a question. So, are you wasting time trying to heal an adult? Me personally.
Let me take that. That's exactly what I was just about to say. So I believe. So you know the saying, easier to it's easier to teach kids have a broken man, something like that. But anyways, so I believe. Damn, what I was gonna say.
Yes. While he coming up with his thought, yes, it is a waste of time trying to heal an adult for them. Can you guide someone through healing? Can you help assist them in their healing in some capacity? Yes, you still have to prioritize yourself and your mental health and your emotional health while you're doing that. You can't just and then she said, if you love me, you can change based off what I've shown you. In ways I don't like that word change. What are you trying to change? What do you want to change?
Wait, say that again. What she said?
She said, if you love me, you can change based off what I've shown you.
Nah. See, that's how people get trapped in these relationships for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You steady waiting on and hoping and thinking somebody about to change, or think you about to change somebody. No.
Talk to
if they gonna change themselves, like I said with this topic, with this parenting thing, like people have to learn how to look in the mirror. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to change you. I can guide you down a certain path, but you have to already be willing to allow me to teach you. You have to know that you're fucked up in the first place. A lot of people don't even know that the things that they're doing is even wrong. Like you said, you can't tell me that this cup ain't red. You ain't willing to listen that the cup ain't red. The cup is fucking orange or something. But you're not even willing to open your mind to even be in a space for me to even teach you. So I'm not going to take my time and my energy and my peace to even try to teach you that. I'm going to leave you where you at, and I'm going to continue to grow on my journey. And everybody needs to stop. I used to be that person. In my relationship that thought I can always fix this person. I always had sympathy, empathy for this person. And in the end, I was really hurting myself. Like, I'm trying to go up against all of these demons that this person is dealing with. I'm trying to battle childhood traumas. I'm trying to battle their village and this and that and XYZ. No, I'm not finna win that war. You have to separate yourself from that person. If they really love you, they're going to sit back and wonder, like, damn, I really love that person. How could they leave me? Why did they leave me? And when they start asking themselves them type of questions, they're going to start figuring it out. And they're going to start to change themselves, not because of you led them down that path. You may have some type of influence, but at the end of the day, they had the self-worth and the self-love to even figure it out and hold themselves accountable for the situations that they put themselves into and for the things that they have been doing.
I like to say, if a person is changing for you, they're not changing, because they're only doing what you want them to do for that moment of whatever benefit they need. I don't need you to change for me. I need you to change for you. And as you're changing for you on your journey, and I'm changing for me on my journey, then the spirit will let us know we're meant for each other. You know,
Sure, yeah.
sometimes we try to force people to stay together, and we try to force change so we can be good for each other at the expense of going against ourselves. I've got to the point in my life, I'm never going against myself to make nobody else happy.
Exactly.
So we either growing together separately or we're growing apart. Because I'm
Exactly.
not finna pull you with me, baby. I'm pulling myself. I got a lot going on. I got my own goals. I got my own traumas I'm dealing with. Like, I'm pulling myself. I can't pull another grown adult. I gotta pull my son. You know, he needs me. I can't pull another grown adult. So
And
we
you
got
have
to
to
be growing together on our separate paths, our separate healing journeys, and then life will show you if that person is meant for you or not. You don't have to force it, because when you
Right.
force it, you're gonna be in situationships. You're gonna look up 10, 15 years past and y'all ain't went nowhere.
Yep.
Yep.
And you have to, I believe you have to set those boundaries when you do pull yourself from away from a situation like that, and you have grown to a certain level. You have to set those boundaries so you don't fall back in that same rabbit hole again. Like, you know what the red flags are. You know the things you used to like or used to do or used to accept. You have to be strong enough to set those boundaries. Like Pierre was saying, like a person that you may be physically attracted to, a person that you may always had a crush on, may come to you and say something to you or just try to get you out of your body or just completely out of your character, but you're gonna go with that because you're gonna go with that move because you like this person. But no, is that right for you though? Set that boundary no matter what and protect your peace, especially as a man. Like I believe like we have to be more firmer in our path and our relationship journey because we are men. I believe that women I believe y'all are a little bit more flexible, but at the same time, y'all gotta have y'all boundaries too to protect y'all heart and y'all spirit because you also
Exactly.
are way more
when people,
emotional.
I hate when people overgeneralize, and I'm trying to be long-winded. I hate when people overgeneralize men and women and saying, "Oh, this is just what men do. This is what women do." You know, to me,
I'm
again,
one of those
that's
people.
I mean, but that's narrow-minded, bro.
I
You know what I'm
understand.
saying? Like nothing totally engulfs a whole, gender or a whole race or a whole, you know what I'm saying? And when we do that, we limit ourselves to that program. We
Right.
can't think outside of what we think, and then we get mad when people won't acclimate to what we want. And I feel like self-respect is being fully prepared to tell a person, I don't want to acclimate to what you want me to be, so you can walk away. You know what I'm saying? And I still love you. I'm not the person for you. Everybody can't drink milk, but yet we drink milk. But some people are lactose intolerant. That don't make milk a bad thing. That makes milk a bad thing for you.
So you think
some of
men
us
and
can
women-
eat.
You think men and women are equal?
I think we can't overgeneralize a particular trait or quality in men or women and say it's mutually exclusive to all men and all women.
Brandy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, and then I wanna tackle Bree comment and question. Yeah, go ahead.
If you was with a man, and y'all married or whatever, would you expect to take out the trash or he take out the trash? Honestly.
Either one. I don't I feel like those are petty arguments.
I mean, I just use a small thing as if a man came up, if somebody came up in the house to kill our whole household, who you expect to jump up?
Because she's strapped up.
That don't mean nothing. She gonna do it if she have to. She's strapped up because she have to be strapped up. But if you had a man up in that motherfucker, what would you expect?
He gonna step up first.
It's still going to be a stipulation no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
But in certain aspects, what Pierre is saying, we try to overgeneralize in every area. We can't do that.
In every area, because I still believe that women could be. I mean, we still call. I think we should change the name as mailman. You know what I'm saying? I believe that too. But we still men at the end of the day, and we still agree to do something completely different from y'all. That's 100%. We completely
right.
We on this earth to do something.
Protection and taking out the trash is on two different scales. I'm not gonna be mad at my man.
Because you got a lot of men who ain't stepping up to the most smallest, most minute
they don't even know how to change the tire.
value.
They don't even know how to change the tire. my thing is this though, like it's still going to always be a difference between men and women. That's the reason why. That's we're here for. At the end of any kind of conversation that
Just
everybody want to have, we still here for a reason.
My
and
point
y'all
is,
are here for a reason.
My point is, you got, let's just say black and white. There's this stereotype that all people like fried chicken. All black people like fried chicken.
That's different.
No, it's exactly the same. Because I know black people who don't like fried chicken, or they don't like the skin on fried chicken, or whatever the case may be.
That's completely different, bro.
No more.
The reason why I say
It's
this
an
different-
overgeneralization.
The reason why I say this different is because no matter what a man actually is nowadays, they can be a man can actually present himself as a woman or anything like that, transgender, whatever the hell. But at the end of the day, if you are validated as a grown man in the United States of America, you have a job to do no matter what, and it is not the same job as a woman. No matter what this conversation can end to, begin, or
I think
there's
you're stuck there, and I'm saying something different.
It's maybe so. Maybe so. It's
I
different.
think we all agree that men and women are different and will never be on the same scale. I think you're going toward a whole different direction than what we talking on. I don't think nobody here is saying men and women gonna be equal on no level.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's
I don't think nobody
It's not meant to be equal in the same way.
Is that the one you talking about?
I want to go back to what Bree said.
That about the sick person?
Yeah, so she said, would you tell a sick person to heal themselves or give them the medicine? And then she said, I hear you, but we taking in positive spaces, not the negative one. What I would say to that, Bree, is it's not your job or responsibility to heal the other person. It's their job to get the healing. Now, I agree earlier with what you said. It's like, I could show you this is what healing looks like. I could show you the things to do, which is, I think you mentioned earlier, podcasts, or, getting them books that, talk about healing and things like that. Like, yes, I could show you that by operating in myself. But I'm not going to pull you. I'm not going to stress myself and depress myself trying to pull you up to a level that you aren't ready to be in because you're not going on your own healing journey. I think that's the difference.
It's the difference between men and morons.
True.
What? Where they come from?
Because
morons don't know what to do.
Exactly. And they ain't living up to what their expectations are, and whatever you put on them. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a great conversation, and I'll tell you one thing, Bree. No, you can't have the sick heal themselves because they don't heal themselves. God heals them.
But she said, she said something about the medicine. What was it?
She said you would tell a sick person to heal themselves, or tell them or give them the medicine. I hear you, but we take in positive spaces, not the negative spaces. The thing is, or are you saying yes to them while saying no to yourself? That's where it becomes a problem.
Exactly.
That's what I was about to say. Is there sickness dominating me?
So Bree, that's your answer, what he just said. So she said, at what point do you realize that you're pulling? When you start to say no to yourself at the expense of trying to get them to your level. So the moment you're carrying their burdens, and every time I turn around, I'm thinking about them. I want to get them here. I want more for you than you want for yourself. That's when you're pulling.
Yeah, you gotta cut them off.
You gotta take a step back, and they gotta get some therapy. They got to get a mentor. They got to get a life coach. They got to get something outside of you. Unless that's your profession, it's not your job as a partner to pull them that hard. Yeah, especially because you're a woman, especially as a woman. That man is supposed to lead, which means he has to be fully operating his own healing journey. You're not supposed to lead him in that.
Breathe. And then you're going to grow him up, and he's going to go and find him somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Let him go, Breathe.
You got to cut that person off. And I've been learning, also been kind of learning a little bit, like through my plant journey. Y'all know I got the plants now. I became a little plant dad or whatever, so I've been learning little things about these plants and how to keep them alive. It's definitely a little journey. But like my plants, like if I go to one of my plants and one of the leaves is starting to die off and it's fading, now at that point it's pulling nutrients, it's pulling nutrients from the other ones. It's making the other ones harder for them to receive what they need. So what I have to do, I may not want to cut it, but I gotta cut it off. So the rest of my plants can continue to grow and to continue to bloom. So you have to, hey, if their healing or sickness is contaminating you, what my man said the other day, contaminating you, you have to be strong enough to cut that person off. It don't matter if you love that person or not, but you gotta love yourself more. You gotta cut that person off so you can continue on their journey. Maybe in a different season, they may spin a block and they may be ready for where you at now. But at that point, you just gotta cut them off and let it go. You gotta continue to grow and love yourself.
Yep.
More
All right,
than
y'all. That was our spill. We are about to end, y'all. We don't have a schedule. We just gonna pop out when we pop out. These are the type of questions we tackle. You can send me, Terry, Pierre. You can send any of us any questions if y'all want to, us to talk about it on a future live. But yeah, we do not have a schedule where we gonna just always go live at a certain time. Y'all just gotta follow our pages and be on social media when we pop out live. But thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Wrong People Talk. Bree, I don't know which one of us you follow, but I love the questions that you had. I love the comments that you had. Keep staying in that mindset that you in, baby, because you got it. You definitely got it as a woman. I love it because I see way too many emotional women who just like they got nothing but air in their brains. So I love when a woman can actually talk that talk and actually show maturity. So I appreciate you. Whoever you follow, I don't know who you follow, but I thank you for popping in on this. But we will see y'all.
I'm gonna have to follow her.